Hello, everyone. Welcome to Soul Journey. Soul Journey is a space for spiritual seekers who want to grow spiritually, know their true self, and share their knowledge with others to experience the same. So, today I have Jennah with me. Jennah is a meditation and a wellness guide with a professional background in social services and project manager. She has supported people through trauma, addiction, and mental health challenges, and now blends practical insight with spiritual tools to help others find a balance, healing through the practice of Sahaj Yoga meditation. She focuses on when you become the spirit, the inner transformation unfolds into your life like a never ending carpet of red roses. It is so incredibly beautiful. So let's talk to Jennah. Thanks, Jennah. It is lovely to have you here with me and learn from you.
Thank you so much, Kamaljeet. It's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, so, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your journey as as a career woman, professional woman, and how did you find Sahaj Yoga? You come from a totally a different culture.
Well, it's funny actually. I was brought up in a very strict household. My family followed Islam. So throughout my life, I've been put in Islamic schools, haven't really been any public schools, like just to give you an idea of how much deeply rooted I was within that. And as soon as as I was getting older and older, I think it was during when around the time I got married. My husband is a very spiritual person. I wouldn't say he's religious. Again, I think spiritual is someone more of a seeker. That was my understanding of it. Whereas with the religion, it was just all this beliefs kind of brought to you that you follow. And I remember my husband, he's also from the same background as myself, but he always questioned a lot of the things I did. And I remember growing up, we're not allowed to question things. It was just, it is the way it is. Don't question religion. It's in the books. It is the way it is. You hear this again and again. So when my husband asked me, I don't even remember what the question was, but it was very simple. And I remember passing this on. Hey, it's the way it is. You can't question it. He's like, no, really, think about it. Then I thought about it, and then I remember I reached out to several people who, in my eyes, were scholars of Islam. And I reached out to five people, and for all five of them had a different perspective on what the question, on what how they would answer that question. And I think that to me was the beginning of kind of a seeking reform within myself. And I said, there's got to be so much of this. These are all scholars of Islam. They know Islam the best. And here they are, all giving me five different answers of what this interpretation could be. So around that time, one of my dear friends was in Sahaj, and I saw her own life transform. And she would also always say to me, try it out. And I would be like, no, no, this is wrong. This is against the word of God. Because again, I was so embedded within
Yeah.
my religion. And by chance, one day I said, you know what? I have nothing to lose. Let's try this. And I remember feeling peace within. But then it was similar to the peace I already felt within my journey in my religion at that time. So I didn't feel too much of a difference. And I remember she said, okay, I was visiting her, she said, when you go back to your city, go back, go to this center. There's a center here for beginners within the Sahaja Yoga. She said, go there. I promised her I would. And I kept my word. I did. And I remember one day attending that class, and I had a breaking moment for myself. And when that happened, let's just say, come on, Jesus, I felt like a new person and I never looked back. And I just went up, and I keep going up in my ascent. Um, but yeah, that was about my journey of how I entered spirituality, this world of spirituality. But on the professional side of things, I think once you separate yourself from the I-ness within you and you get into the spirit, this beautiful spirit that we all have within us, once you get into that connection and you just kind of leave this world of illusion behind. You see, we call it the paramchitanya. I don't know how to translate it. Just with, yeah, just the energies around you, just that loving force. You see it take care of you in so many ways when you're in that form of detachment. So I remember so many opportunities started opening that were a struggle before. And just one by one, slowly, I went into somewhere I never really imagined I would be, and on a professional stance as well. And that's how I'm here in my career as a project manager. And I'm here in a balanced state, so I enjoy the work I do quite a bit. Um, but yeah, it's a beautiful journey, that's for sure.
Yeah, soul consciousness is very, very important. Once you realize that, then it's easier to connect
Yeah,
with many other things and to grow
absolutely.
spiritually as well.
Yeah,
It's hard for people to get onto that stage of becoming soul conscious.
absolutely. Yeah,
I I remember the practices that, how you try to protect yourself also, because everything goes hand in hand. It's very important because you are not able to focus, you are not able to, you seem to be disconnected, but there are forces that will distract you.
absolutely. Yeah.
You have to take care. So this was a turning point when you met your friend and she brought a new change in your life that, introduced something very different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and having spend most of your life in a different philosophy, how do your friends and other family, how do they react to, what are their responses?
Well, again, for that's an interesting question. I feel like people who un, first of all, let's separate for religion. The way I see it in people is a lot of people follow religion of convenience. They'll pick and choose what serves them. And then there's another group of people who I say actually understand the beautiful fundamentals of that religion. Islam itself means surrender, it means peace. I think I was kind of on the mix of both. So when I entered Sahaj, I remember if anything, it expanded my understanding of my own religion. It helped me understand so many other religions. And if I could take one thing away, it was just we were all branches of the same tree. Someone may call God Jesus, someone may call him Ganesh, someone may say Allah, but the philosophies were so similar. And I mean, a lot of people can understand that, but then there's also a group of people who refuse to understand that. And again, they have their own journeys. But for me, if anything, it expanded everything. It provided an inner language for all that inner truth, and integration of everything that served me and my role in this world.
You
That
use the right word, integrate, Sahaj integrates your physical self with
absolutely,
your subtle body, and it's a way of life. It is a philosophy. It is definitely not a religion.
exactly.
It has incorporated so many Shri Mataji when she has spoken about Christ consciousness, and other attributes to various parts of the body and the subtle body. So, what personal victories or changes you mentioned? Some paths opened up for you, but is there something else that enhanced your spiritual practice?
Um, well, for me, I tried to keep my spiritual practice quite simple. I know within Sahaj there's so many different, for example, treatments we can do to our subtle system to find that inner balance. I remember in the beginning I got so lost into doing this, and then it was kind of tiring for me because so much of that when I was following Islam as well, like the 5 time prayers, this and that. But within Sahaj, it was to clear this side, put a treatment here, put a treatment there. And then now in the past 2 years, I just do one simple routine where we call it foot soak. So this is just foot soaking the water every foot soaking every night before I sleep. And what this does is just kind of releases all the toxins within your body and all those thoughts and just really calms you down. So that's something I just again I practice it daily as well as a meditation. These are the only two things I do now. And I feel like the simplified version works really well with me, at least, because or else life itself is so chaotic and you're running, trying to get everything done. And I didn't want that for myself is on my journey of spirituality. For me, that had to be my peace. So simplifying things really changed things for me. Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm so sorry. So sorry. For personal victories, again, I think there's victories in every front. I saw some a mistake you make is as human beings, we tend to change things around us. But true change really starts when you change, right? So when you change, then you see those changes around you. So that was my biggest victory. When I was subconsciously changing, I was learning to become more detached from problems, learning to see things from outside of a problem. Um, Everything just kind of vanished. So many relationships around me improved, had more depth in my career. So many opportunities came my way before I was running on every door, knocking, just kind of losing myself in all this anxiety that comes from finding a perfect job for yourself. But just a lot of that, it just kind of fell away, and I just went with the flow. And when you're more calm and more laid back with that approach, the opportunities just come your way. You know you're taken care of, and just as you focus on your ascent, all those so many beautiful, wonderful doors open to you. So yeah, if that answers your question. Yeah.
That is with surrender,
Yes,
surrender
absolutely.
to the higher self, and then it's the higher self that is taking care of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those who are new,
Yeah.
what is Sahaj Yoga and how is it different from other forms of meditation or even yoga also, I can say that.
Well, Sahaj is so just even just the word Sahaja yoga means born within, and then yoga is in that union. So a lot of people associate yoga with just the physical exercise and form, but yoga that's I see it as a union of you to your spirit, to the higher power, there's so much more to that beautiful word. Um, for me, Sahaja yoga again, I like it because it's extremely simple. You need one thing, and that is a pure desire. And basically, what I mean by a pure desire is the way you want something so badly in your life. You just put that desire towards feeling God in your heart. And it's simple. You want to have that pure desire. Um, and if you call so deeply, it will come to you. Um, and I also like Sahaja Yoga because I know a lot of different other meditations. You have to pay for it, do this, do that. This is nothing. Sit there, close your eyes, open your hands. It's free of charge. Our guru always says you cannot pay for what's within you. And I love that. I've seen friends waste so much money trying to find this peace, and it's doesn't always come to them. Where opposed to Sahaj is so simple. It's just a spontaneous awakening based on that pure desire that you have within. And I think that's beautiful. It's so easy to do. Yes.
Yeah, Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi was unique in herself, and do you have something to share about her, like how she started? I just know a little bit.
Well, she came from Chindwar. I believe that's a small city within India. She came from a family with a political background and fought with Gandhi to liberate India from the British control. So very young on, she had this desire for that peace and freedom for herself and the people around her. And then as she got older, she married. She had two daughters. And once her daughters were grown and married, she started this work of in of helping people get their self-realization. So basically that's the realization of yourself to your Kundalini, to how to arise in that Kundalini within you, how to connect to that spirit within you. And she traveled, she was maybe 50, 60 when she started her journey, and till the very last minute at her age, she traveled all over the world, um, attended so many different, had so many events, realization events, and basically all to just transform human beings into the beautiful, into the beauty that they are, just to tear away all those, I say conditionings, or she said conditionings that we have within ourselves, and find all the treasures that we have within ourselves, all the powers that we are capable of having and using, such as the power of compassion, forgiveness, love. And she taught this simple practice all over. And yeah, that's how she. It was just through one of these classes by a person who really admired her and her teachings, how it transformed so many people and transformed myself as well. Yeah. And oh, also, oh, sorry. On a personal level, also it's funny. When I was going through my phase of questioning a lot of things within me, she even came into my dream. Um, and it was so funny. At that time, I saw a woman, an older lady come in my dream with the sindoor and a sari, which was completely unrelated to whatever I was in or whatever I was learning. And I just remember her smiling at me saying, everything will come, don't worry. And a few years later, I entered my journey to Sahaj. And when I saw that picture, I said, I know that. It came in my dream. It's crazy, but we all have a timing within our lives, and these beautiful opportunities come our way. So that was my time.
Yeah, so these spiritual leaders and creators, ascended masters, they
Yes,
come for their disciples. You never
exactly.
know about your past lives. We have been here countless times on planet Earth or maybe any other planet, and maybe we were connected at that time and then we forget.
Yeah,
So they
absolutely.
come and remind us at the right time when we are ready. The master will
Exactly.
find
Yeah.
a way.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's such a gift. It's truly
Yes,
such a
it is.
gift.
It
Yeah.
is. I'm amazed how she has awakened so many people at, in one moment. Like I remember reading somewhere that she gave self-realization on a mass scale in a hall. Like everybody could, most of them could feel the awakening, and it was for a few seconds or something, but then they felt and they were so connected.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's why it's so popular, because of how easy it is. I mean, you're not going to the Himalayan mountains, or you're not paying for this. It's just a matter of closing your eyes and wanting it bad enough. So I think that's one of the reasons it's quite popular, and it spreads so fast.
Yeah, and also like I feel that now meditation has taken a different, is being understood very differently as mindfulness. Mindfulness is definitely not meditation in my understanding. And basic yoga exercising is not that yoga. Yoga is very different. Yoga is to go within and in union,
Exactly.
right? So is meditation, and you know, how do you experience the concept of Kundalini? How do you feel when you are practice doing the meditation? Are there any other particular exercises that you're doing? What is your daily life with it?
So my understanding of the Kundalini is it's a gentle, nourishing, motherly energy within us. So everybody, excuse me, everyone is born with that Kundalini. It's just as we get older and older. So children, they say, are the most purest version of the Kundalini energy working so beautifully with them. They're innocent, they're joyous. They don't have all these stresses and conditions that we do in our adulthood. So as a human gets older and older, all of the society, religion, beliefs, what they're taught, everything just kind of builds on to a person and takes them away from all that pureness that they have within. So a Kundalini awakening is a connection to break through all those barriers, and connect back to that motherly energy within you that rises and just reforms you, makes you into the spirit, you could say. But on a daily basis, I meditate as soon as I wake up. I'll wake up a little earlier than my family. I have a lot of online meditations within Sahaj that I'll join so that I can do in a collective surrounding, even if it's just through online. So basically, the understanding with that is if everyone is working, we all need to be collective within this meditation. And it is if someone else's, let's say the heart center is weaker and yours is stronger, when we're working collectively, we raise each other up. So for me, a morning collective meditation is very important. So I start my day half an hour with that. It helps me just kind of clear my mind and start the day with a very positive and positive outlook. And then throughout the day, if I'm feeling any kind of issues or I'm worried about something, I'll do a brief meditation there very quickly, a 5 minute meditation there. And then at night before I sleep, I'll also do a foot soak. And then I'll go into a meditation as well. So when I go into a meditation, it's as simple as closing your eyes, saying a few affirmations such as I am the spirit, inviting that mother energy to awaken within you, and also whenever I meditate, I always try to listen to a talk of our mother, of Shri Mataji, and basically I can listen to a talk several times, but I'll take a message from it differently each time. And I just let that talk to me. If there's a message in there, let it come to me, let me embrace it, and let me apply that. I see ourselves as instruments of God's work. And I feel like when we're in that higher conscious, or uh, when we have very strong vibrations, we can spread that around and help people with their essence as well. So it's very important for me to make sure myself as an instrument. I try to be as strong as I can. In that we have a chakra up here called Sahasrara, so that's called integration. I try to make sure I'm constantly over there, detached from all the thoughts that we have, so that I can be a flow of this energy within us.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. And you've also mentioned that with your work, you're helping, people, youth with mental health and addictions. Any of these stresses they may have. How do you find this working? How do you apply this?
So I've kind of dabbled between social work and project management. It's so I kind of go back and forth. So when I'm working on the social work side, I do a lot of frontline work. And for me, it's amazing. I coordinated several meditation classes at one particular organization I was with, and it was focused for individuals who are suffering from mental health, individuals who came from a background of human trafficking, as well as individuals who were battling addiction. And it was when I would go through these med when I would when we would have these meditation sessions together, and I would guide them on the workings of Sahaj and just talk deeply about it. We would focus on a chakra each time or go into this meditation together. The lights in their eyes, the glow in the faces, and subconsciously just the way their lives would change when they would share all that with me. Just a reminder of how powerful this energy is within us and around us, and how it works for us if how it works for us when we're on that path. I first-handedly got to see that and see those changes within so many hundreds of individuals' lives. And it was beautiful. Just the mental strength they would give them to overcome all those battles and challenges that they were going through within and outside. Um, just that as that energy was rising within them, how, for example, an individual who never really had a mother's love within their life is now suddenly feeling like they all that is within them and they don't really need that physical aspect to it. How they're finding all these changes within them, this nourishment within them, this love, how this love within them, which they didn't think they have, is now transforming them completely. It was so beautiful to see. Yep. And I use that, I like to use that as a motivation for me to uh, continue the work, to keep pushing for this, to see it in so many individuals and see their lives change. So definitely I use that as a motivation.
So beautiful. You have seen if you were working with these children or youth or individuals, did you see over a period of time that they have transformed if you were working with them? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I would see that inner transformation take place. And then, of course, the once you're having all that inner healing, all that transformation within you happen, then it's only that changes your outlook towards everything outside, and then slowly that begins to change as well. So I saw their lives change completely. I saw people who were battling, individuals who were battling addiction for 20 plus years suddenly say, I'm done, and move on, to get jobs, get settled in their lives, have families. I've seen individuals who had a traumatic, who went through all this trauma, especially as a human trafficking victim. I've seen them slowly be able to let go of that past and understand that it doesn't, those, whatever happened to them doesn't define the beauty that they are within, and to focus on that instead and use that as a healing ground to make that life they want for themselves. So everyone, all the beautiful journeys that came across me, it was such an honor to see all those beautiful changes happen within someone and see people make that life that they want for themselves through just that inner transformation.
Yeah, true. So did Shri Mataji ever talk about karma at any time? Has she spoken about it in her talks? Like why did what is the reason she gave that people are suffering today? What happened or anything related to that?
That's a really good question. I'm not too sure about how much she's spoken about karma, but basically, my understanding of it is maybe this is something in the past that's come up now. But it's their soul's journey to experience that. I mean, think of it this way. For me, I entered this world. I like to say I became a seeker because of all the personal turmoil I was going through in my life. If that didn't happen to me, I wouldn't feel this innate ability, this innate desire to seek beyond what I was thought to believe. So maybe individuals who are going through difficulties or challenges in their life, I like to see it this way. Usually it's in that darkness that you look for that light, and that's the hope, the desire, um, I don't know how to explain it, but that I guess if there's a word to describe desire even more, that's the word I'm looking for. That's where you truly, from the heart, feel that you need something. And then I think that's a transforming moment in so many people's lives. And that's where, usually, that's the point where they look into this. That's where they start seeking. So I like to think of it that way. So everyone who's going through any challenges through their lives or a difficult period, maybe that's that's being that's coming their way because they have to find something there. And only once they find that within, if that opportunity does come that way, they have a chance to transform themselves completely and make that change that karma.
Yeah, definitely. Because if there is darkness all around, you have to realize that there is light within you, and you have to allow that light to become stronger and work towards it. In fact, I was a long back. I spoke to one lady. It is a concept that is very new to me. She was an evolutionary astrologer, very much in Canada.
Yeah.
And and she was saying that I was saying, why this extreme journey of a person? Why is this happening? She says the soul wants to experience. It is their soul path, and everyone, if not in this lifetime, whatever you missed on your experience, will go for your next life.
Yeah.
I said, this is very interesting. No astrologer ever told me that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No, but that's very
kind of
interesting.
resonates with what you are saying, that you want to,
Exactly.
experience.
Yeah.
And because soul consciousness, soul itself is so pure,
Yeah.
and it needs a body to experience and to see. Um, yeah. So, how do you see the role of women, especially working women, in spreading spiritual awareness, and why even it is needed to balance the world?
So women, they have a natural capacity for nurturing, intuition, and that inner strength, which are all essential for qualities as women to become leaders in spreading that spiritual awareness. I think women carry the power to balance and transform. So, especially as working women, we get to bridge that material and spiritual world. When we heal, we lead, and we raise awareness, we don't just uplift ourselves, but uplift our families, communities, and these are all forces of change. That's how I look at it. Women are so, I think we're just um, there were just the building blocks for everything around us. I'm sure you've heard that quote. If you want to, something along the lines like if you want to educate a village, you educate the woman in that village, something along that
Yes, yes,
lines.
yes, something.
And same concept. It's through women where we get to where we get to get all those big. For example, if you look at a man, even just the upbringing of a man, if you have such a strong woman as his mother who is bringing in that spiritual awareness, who's helping him, who's herself is so balanced and provides that nurturing um, sorry, I don't know where I'm going with this. Um, but yeah, just yeah, I'll
Yeah,
just go
she
back to
makes all the impact. She's the creator, like Shri
exactly,
Mataji
exactly.
mentioned about, that she's the Adi Shakti, and that's the feminine
Yeah,
side of the source itself.
exactly,
So
exactly.
yeah,
And yeah, she's the Shakti, exactly.
yeah. So if you were to describe, your own soul journey, what it means to you in just about 3 words, what would you say to that?
3 words, that's a good question. Surrender,
Hmm.
awareness, so introspection, awareness and introspection, and then last but not least, peace.
Yeah,
I would describe it in those 3 words: surrender, awakening, and peace.
yeah, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Mm. Yeah, it incorporates everything.
Exactly.
Surrender, if you don't surrender, then that I is still in you,
Absolutely.
not awaken, and peace will not happen.
Yep, exactly. And then that awakening is meditation. In other words, is correction. It's an introspection of you within.
Mm.
So once you truly surrender, you have an opportunity to introspect every little thing within yourself and transform it into the beauty that you're meant to be. And then from that will come that peace within and outside, and with the peace comes the joy. Yeah.
Yes, true, absolutely. So, again, are there some affirmations or some mantras, anything in the practice that you may recommend for women who want to begin their inner journey?
Okay, so just one thing I would say, just sit quietly, silently, put your hand on your heart and close your eyes and just repeat within, I am the pure spirit. I am the pure spirit. I'm not this body. I'm not these thoughts. I'm I'm not these memories, aches, pains. Put all that aside. I am so much bigger than this. I am the pure spirit. So if you say that with the desire and with that just affirming within yourself that yes, truly I am the pure spirit, I think that's the first step. You want to feel it, you want to believe it, and slowly from there, those you can start your journey into the beautiful world of the inner, the beauty within yourself.
Yeah, you need to feel connected. I think when you realize that you are the spirit somewhere, you find a connection and then, you begin your journey. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Um, so anything that we have missed that you want to share?
Um, maybe I would like to talk about a groundbreaking experience I had, and how that from that moment onwards, that everything in the past just kind of went like bye-bye. So I remember, as I mentioned earlier, I was sitting in that beginner's class in Sahaja Yoga. And I remember, so how it works is there's volunteers within the class. These are practitioners of Sahaja Yoga, and what they do is with both of their hands, where the energy, which acts as the hands act as a map to your body. So these with that energy within the hands, they were uplifting everybody's Kundalini. So all the beginners in that class, they were just kind of raising the Kundalini with the vibrations of their own hands. And I remember one yogi, when she did that to myself, I had my eyes closed. And if I felt peace till now, that was great. It wasn't anything new. I felt a lot of peace in my prayers as well, when I was a practicing Muslim. It was when she raised that Kundalini, all of a sudden I felt as if I was sitting in the palm of God's hands, if you could say he has hands, but just in the palms of that. And every cell within me was vibrating with love. It was as if I was sitting, as much as it's like the sun, it gives off so much light. It was as if each cell within me was giving off so much love within me, around me. It was just a beautiful kind of a golden spectrum of love. And I remember it just opened up everything within me. It opened my heart. And in that meditation, as I was sitting there in the palms of what I felt was God's hands, I had all these tears coming out of my eyes, and I was pleading with God and saying, please don't leave. This is so beautiful. Sorry, I still get emotional as I talk about it. And it was just, it was, they say the moksha. If that is the moksha, I guess that's what I was experiencing. And I was saying, please don't leave. This is so beautiful. And after about 10, 15 seconds of being in that moment, I'm pleading with God, oh, if this is you, this is so beautiful. And then as soon as I opened my eyes, that yogi was standing in front of me, and she gave me a tissue, and we just looked at each other, and she just kind of nodded like, oh, you felt it. I said, yep, I felt it. And excuse me, I always get emotional talking about it. And that was that transformed my life completely. And from there on, it was only up. We have to go up. And I remember the earlier stages of my seeking, I would sit there. I would wake up 5 in the morning and sit there for an hour right before I would leave for get ready for work. But I wouldn't leave until I felt that again. And it took me a while, like I would say a year or so, to get to feel even something slightly to that Kundalini when it arose within myself. And now, 8 years into it, it comes about more easily, and it just gets that light gets more beautiful. So I just want to, give a message to anyone who's going through anything in their lives. All the treasures are within you, just look inside. You don't need to pay the therapist or go on a vacation somewhere or travel the world to find that peace. And ultimately, it's within you. Those treasures are within you. Just desire it. You open your hands and it will come to you. Yeah.
Yeah, you explained it very beautifully and very explicitly, in a way that a person who is at crossroad, a woman who is at crossroad, she has she doesn't want to think about anything because all that she has is that grief and pain within her.
Yeah.
It's at that time, a message like that comes to her. It's all within you that you need to wake up to it and you need to reset your life. That is very, very important. I hope this will reach, as many women as I will share it with a few other groups as well, and so is there anything else other than this, one affirmation that is there anything else about the practice that one can start by themselves, or do they connect with somebody to start it?
Yes.
Can they connect with you, somebody who's looking for help?
Yes, absolutely. Anytime I am more than willing to help anyone, help be that instrument to find that connection within. Yes, please. They can reach out to me anytime. I'm always there for them. There's also, it depends on which city there are. There's classes everywhere, physical classes as well as online classes as well. But most importantly, um, you know, we have to, I know in all this journey of seeking, we have to learn to we have to be kind to ourselves, everything will one day heal, everything will one day transform. Be peaceful, just be at peace with yourself, be kind. That right door will come your way, be optimistic, and your time will come as well. But yes, there's when that person just has to be open and the universe will take care of everything.
Yeah. So where do they connect if they want to find out the resources in their city, people in Canada, if they want to, or anybody else?
You
Yeah.
can maybe just even Google Sahaja Yoga in that particular city. Usually there's a Google, um, usually an ad of that will be up, or where you can find centers that where people are practicing or teaching Sahaja Yoga. As well as one of my favorites is online. There's a website, wemeditate.co. I can provide that to you.
Yes, please do.
Yeah.
Send me a few links which I can add in the description box so that and if you want to be connected, like if anybody wants to reach out to you,
Yes,
they can. If there is any contact information you want to share,
sure.
we can add that too.
Absolutely, I will. I will mention one thing about this website. It's very neat. I use this with at a lot of my beginner classes because as you enter the website, so Sahaja Yoga starts with the self-realization process. So there's not just one affirmation, there's a few, but I am the spirit is the main one. But there's affirmations along the way of I am not guilty. I want to forgive. Please help me connect myself to this pure knowledge within myself. So this website there's kind of a guided meditation to take any seeker through that. It's also really neat because it also has a feature where you can say, I want to feel. And then you can select, I want to feel peaceful, balanced, happy. And then there's guided meditations to help you get past that, whatever emotional turmoil you're feeling, into that state of happiness within yourself. And then it's a great website, especially for people who are beginning their spiritual journey. So yes, I will provide that to you as well.
Yeah. Okay. So, do they have to be initiated by someone? Like many people, many practices, they recommend or they have a spiritual mentor or a teacher. You have to be initiated in person.
Yeah.
Is there anything like that?
No, not at all. We are our own gurus. So not at all. That's why, again, this meditation is quite popular because of it. It's simple, and you just need one thing, the pure desire within yourself. Just find a quiet corner. You can sit cross-legged, make sure your feet are on the ground, have your hands open, and then there you could listen to a guided meditation, or you could just repeat the affirmations. We have a self-realization process. You can just read those affirmations out to yourself and feel them within your heart. And through that change will slowly take place. I do want to mention one thing. For some people, I've seen that transformation happen like that. Other people, it's a little slower. So again, as I said earlier, be kind to yourself, be patient. it will happen. Just don't give up. Don't give up that seeking to find that inner beauty within yourselves.
Yeah, yeah. No, thank you so much for sharing, this is very important, and I know that Sahaj Yoga is a combination of multiple techniques. It's pure meditation. It also incorporates the clearing of the subtle body of our physical body is facing something because of the subtle body. So there's a lot of clearing that needs to be done from time to time. So did you do that for yourself? Did you do initially you did, and
Yes,
then you
absolutely.
did absolutely because you became more centered.
Yes, absolutely. Exactly. In the initial parts of my journey, yes, I did all the clearing. So basically, a lot of people, when you come into Sahaj, you have to understand one thing. We have our you have to separate all of our bodies, I like to say. Physical body, mental body, spiritual body. You have to get past these outer layers and connect Sahaj. I mean, your journey in spirituality is a connection to that spirit within you. So most of the time, when there are imbalances within us that show up in the form of diseases, illnesses, aches, some kind of maybe depression, anxiety, if you connect to that spirituality within you and you help clear out all those hurdles within yourself so that Kundalini energy within you can rise, that rising within you will clear out all those aches, illnesses, mental headaches that you have. And then once all of that is cleared, you that path allows you to it's that connection is more easier obtainable. Um, so yeah, in Sahaja Yoga we have very, very easy practices. Foot soaking is the best.
Yeah.
It's my ultimate favorite. Basically, again, we have a bucket of water, you put salt in it. If you're feeling a little emotional, if you felt a little emotional towards the day, maybe have a little bit more warmer water. If you feel like you're more in the future, for example, planning things, um, overthinking things, then maybe use cooler water. And then just close your eyes, again, have that desire. I always like to listen to a talk of Shri Mataji. Um, for me, it's essential to myself because those talks talk to you, right? So as you're listening to it, I mean, how I look at life is everything is already pre-planned, predestined. Even the thoughts, before you think them, it's already been kind of put into your head that these are the thoughts you're going to think. So think of it that way when you have these videos of Shimataji, just a speech of hers. There's a message in there that she's giving you. Um, Not just you to that inner healing that you're going to be going through, that transformation you're going through. Subconscious, maybe physically you may not absorb that message, but inside it's heard what it has to hear. And that again is the beginning steps to the beauty, that connection within yourself. So yeah, uh, again, everything is on that website. Foot soak. We have different candle treatments again for whatever state that you're in. We have an ice pack treatment. There's so many easy treatments in Sahaj. But yes, but as some, I always use these talks online. You can just find them on YouTube, kind of as guides to help you heal yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I have heard quite a few of Shri Mataji's talks myself,
Yeah.
and they are beautiful. She talks to you directly. It's, it is definitely there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and it's funny, sometimes I've listened to a talk numerous times. I could have it memorized, but it'll just show up at a time of need and I'll take out something differently each time from the talk. You know what's funny? I also do this. I'll go onto YouTube, I'll search Shimataji's talks, and then I'll just close my eyes and I'll just point my finger on one and then open that and I'll be like, mother, talk to me. And then my message is in that video. The message I'm supposed to hear is in that video. Or sometimes I'll even have my daughter just do it, her as an extremely innocent being, just her close her eyes and pick that for me. So what's meant to come your way will eventually come your way. Just be open for it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I believe too, like if the seeker is there, and the right master, the right spiritual teacher will come. You know, the teacher will find the way, you know, will seek out to you. He's already looking for you.
Exactly. And then, as in Sahaj, we say we are our own gurus, right? So we are our own masters. It's also part of the self-realization process where we're saying this to ourselves. So again, that just goes back to saying within you, that energy knows how to take care of you. So trust it and let it and give it an opportunity to rise and do that work for
I
you.
have one question which I hear very often about Kundalini.
Yeah.
Like when Kundalini awakens, it can cause mental health problems as well for some people who have shared it. I'm not sure if you have heard about it in Sahaj or not, or is it through other practices? What are
Um,
your thoughts?
yes, that's very interesting. I've heard this. I know sometimes the practices to rise in that Kundalini may be a little harsh. I've heard instances of, even you can just even read this online or even see videos of it, where once that Kundalini is rising, people are dancing crazy or just in a state which to me, I mean, when I see that, my heart just kind of beats. It doesn't feel right to me. If the Kundalini is a nurturing, motherly energy within you, it wouldn't have you behaving so radically. Or sometimes I like to think of it, if that is the instance, it could be two things. Maybe there's a possession on your head, like a spiritual body, another spirit on your head, which is causing that that challenge to happen within you, or it could mean maybe in the past, in one of your other lives, you went through something that caused that to happen. So that's why in Sahaj, one of our affirmations is where we place our hand on the back of our head. So this is where this is an opportunity for us to remove, we ask that motherly energy in the self-realization process to remove all those possessions, and forgive us for anything we may have done in our past lives that would make our Kundalini act out in such ways. So in the beginning steps of this meditation, you're doing that. So in my experience, I haven't seen anyone experience such mostly these erratic awakenings. It's always been peaceful. But again, if that's happening for me, the way I understand it is maybe there's a possession there of another spirit, or something has happened in the past life, and there's some clearing out to do there. And again, those clearing outs, those techniques, if that desire is there, it can happen.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. I've taken so much of your time, and this is your work time as
Yeah,
well.
no problem at all. I'm honored to do this. And again, maybe I'm here with you. The universe will maybe cancel a meeting or open up that time somehow, because we're here. We're meant to have this conversation. So again, just go with the flow. You're being taken care of. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks again. Maybe we will discuss another time in a little bit more in detail, and I'll definitely send me the links,
Yes.
contact links, and if anybody wants to reach out to you, they can reach out to you or directly contact the organization in the city.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for having me, and thank you for everyone listening to this. I hope that that empowering journey they have within themselves, um, I know it's going to be beautiful, and I can't wait for everyone to experience that. And it's only when we have that peace within can we bring peace in the world. So it's needed more than ever right now. Thank you.
I agree. Anytime a person is at a crossroad, you need to seek within to reset
Yeah.
your own values and see, you know, and you will find resources. Like Sahaj Yoga is one beautiful technique, and I have experienced it. I've learned a lot from it. I'm a seeker, I'm a wanderer. I don't know where I'm heading for, but definitely, you know, I have learned a lot, and I'm very grateful to this practice. I'm very, very grateful. And
Yeah.
all the community also who was there with me. Yeah, and thanks to you too.
Yes, there's a wonderful group. The community itself is amazing.
Yeah,
Um,
amazing, amazing. All right.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
so
much,
much.
Anna. Thank you. Lovely
Okay.
talking to you. We will meet again.
You as well, Kamaji. Thank you.